makeup type. So basically my makeup type is like, you know, soft glam without too much color, like brownish. We need a good moisture, so always moisturize very well. Skin prep is one of the most important thing in doing your makeup. Always make sure you prep your skin well for a long lasting makeup. Don't forget to always prime, like in your T-zone, you know, and make sure you use the primer that is suitable for your skin. If you're dry skin, then you use hydrating primer. If you have an oily skin, then you should use like a mattifying primer. Don't mix that up because it's very important. For foundation, I'm mixing these two FBH foundation in caramel and bronze, and it gives you the natural look and light finish. So I think FBH should sign me as an ambassador because almost all my products are from them. If you're like me that always use a beauty blender, make sure it's always damp. This application ever. They say purple blush is the best for a dark skin, so we are trying that. I'm trying that. I'm blending up, and it doesn't really look like purple to me. It just blends in like, you know, pink shade. It doesn't really look like purple. I'm using a concealer that is like 2 shades brighter. Sometimes I get too dark, sometimes I get too, you know, bright. So if I'm like too dark, I just add like more. This is like 3 shades lighter than my color, so this one will give that, you know, blurry effects and everything when you blend and bake. Leave it to set for a while, and can you see like this side? Can you see the color? So one key tip, don't just go with powder directly. Always try to tap first, tap for the excess, and then you go with your powder. Don't just go with your powder directly because it will get bulky and everything. Yeah, so tap and go with your powder and you get like a smooth finish. After that you can bake. Scent powder. Make sure you bronze so you get that, you know, lifted effect. For your nose, try to always use the same powder that you use to bronze. If it's too dark, then you can shift to a lighter shade, but I always use that same. I did my brows offline, and for my shadow I'm just going to be using the same bronzer that I use, and then I'll use a black because it's not really fancy, it's just, you know, natural and everything. I don't really do much on my eyes because TikTok said this is my makeup. And for my lips, I'm using the same gel that I use on my eyebrow, the black one. I'm using it to just line my lips, and I can go in with like a lip gloss. Blush, I want us to use, this is like, you know, purple. Let's see what it gives us. You notice that the liquid blush didn't really look like, you know, like a purple, but this one is giving purple. That one is giving like a red or pink shade. Yeah, but this one I don't really use too much powder. I don't really use too much powder because I don't want too much. And I'm using my bronzer like in the edge here. Yeah, I'm using my bronzer. I'm adding more in order to, you know, give that shade and everything. And basically what I do is I use like a darker shade. I don't really use like a brighter shade to take off the excess. I use like, you know, a darker shade and take off the excess. Mind you, when applying, just use a lighter and don't like put too much. Just use a light, because if you do too much, then you might have like patch with a darker shade, which we don't want. So can you see I'm using like small, a little bit. Little is actually plenty. So you spray the face well, spray the face very well. So what I do is I always use my beauty blender, the same one, and tap just a little bit with a lighter hand. Just tap